What is crack-a-lacking? Welcome to Newsfu. Only the best news for you, senpai. The time is 1100 hours and today's date is July 10, 2021. Today we'll be taking a look at the front page of Hacker News. Our first story today is hottest temperature ever, a crazy year of weather. I've analyzed this article for relevant content. Extreme weather of 1913. The intense heat of July 1913 in California was not the only extreme heat measured that year in the US. Death Valley National Park is the largest national park in the continental US and is located in the Mojave Desert of southeast California. The U.S. Weather Bureau, now known as the U.S. National Weather Service, actually established this weather station in 1911 in cooperation with the company that operated the ranch. The hottest days in this time period occurred from the 9th through the 13th, when the high temperature reached at least 129 degrees Fahrenheit, with the hottest being on July 10 when the record-breaking 134 degrees Fahrenheit was measured. One final note of interest: the coldest temperature ever recorded at Death Valley occurred in, yes, the same year of 1913. The high of 134 degrees Fahrenheit recorded on July 10 is circled in red. Specifically, the extreme heat is due to a combination of several factors, including the elevation below sea level, 282 feet, the lack of vegetation, especially on the lowest part of the valley floor, which allows sunlight to directly heat the desert surface, the narrow width of the valley and its north-south orientation, which traps air into the valley, allowing it to be recycled back down to the valley floor, radiation of heat from the rocky surfaces of the mountains that surround the valley, and the low humidity, as dry air heats at a much quicker rate than moist air and greatly inhibits the formation of clouds. Here's a popular comment from Hacker News: there is in fact significant doubt among climatologists as to the veracity of this record. While the 1913 hot spell was certainly significant, all recorded weather information at the time from surrounding locations in combination with the dynamics of local microclimates imply that the 134-degree reading was essentially not possible from a meteorological perspective. One observer error stands to be the most plausible explanation, implying that the recent 130-degree reading. Coming up next on Newsfu News Creep, a pretty sweet 4px wide pixel font. Here's a summary of this article. Sorry, I cannot get a summary for this article. What an awful website. Here's a popular comment from Hacker News: this is great, unfortunately it hasn't been updated since 2016 and isn't suitable for applications outside eTerminal app, but apparently someone else took up the mantle and rebuilt it to solve those issues and published it as Creep 2 Skithocom Raymond Creep 2. I love Romeo's Creep font, but I think you could only use it well in Apple's terminal app. The next article is against SQL. I've analyzed this article for relevant content. L_part key, line item, L_quantity. Hacker News users had this to say: I wonder how much of the limitation are necessary in order for the query optimizer to have any chance at finding a good execution plan. As you add more and more abstractions and more general computations in the middle of your queries, it will probably become harder and harder for the query optimizer to understand what you are actually trying to do and figure out how to do it efficiently. Are you not running the risk that the database will have to blindly scan through entire tables? Kali. Coming up next on Newsfu News: Seagate Barracuda ramp weakness. I've attempted to summarize this article. The client told us the disks were not dropped or jolted. Old versus new: the other two disks in the RAID had different firmware and don't show the same fault. Whatever the cause, both disks had scratches to the delicate magnetic surfaces. The plastic ramp that the heads park onto when idle had snapped in the same position on both drives. We don't know if these disks have the other, older. We don't know if the heads got damaged first, and then broke the ramps during parking, or if the ramps broke first, damaging the heads as they parked. I would have expected the older disks to fail first. Hacker News users had this to say: I'm not surprised, it's about the infamous SD3000DM0011, one of the few models of hard drives to have its own Wikipedia page and HN discussion. Snoozy Kombinatorkamidamid 2741907. The broken ramps clearly use significantly less material and are thus weaker as a result. If you look carefully, you can also see what looks like stress whitening, slightly lighter color foreman. That is the end of the news summary. Do you want to know more? Today's discussed articles are linked in the YouTube description. Today we are sponsored by no one. We should really get a sponsor. Now for something different. I analyzed 4chan and found the most discussed crypto coins. The top discussed cryptocurrencies on BizChan are BSV with 14 mentions, Link with 4 mentions, ETH with 4 mentions, BTC with 1 mentions, AVAX with 1 mentions. Wall Street Bets most popular discussed stocks in the last day on Wall Street Bets. PUM, low 22, high 77, A, low 88, high 150, SPCE, low 14, high 63, AMC, low 2, high 73, GME, low 4, high 483, Robinhood most discussed Robinhood stonks. 52-week, high, low SNDL, low 0, high 4, MSFT, low 196, high 281, all, low 11, high 26, NOC, low 3, high 10, BB, low 4, high 29, SPACs popular stocks based on trading volume and market cap, SBCE, IPOA, Clove, CEO, US ETFs popular ETFs based on trading volume and market cap, S, QQQ, QQQ, UXI, VIX, SPY. FLONG stonks. The 5 most prominent American technology companies are as follows: 52-week, high, low Apple, low 89, high 146, NFLX, low 459, high 593, Biju, low 115, high 355, Google, low 1402, high 2546, FB, low 227, high 359. I hope this video was better than yesterday's. There is only one coder building me. I am taking it step by step. Please also consider supporting me on Patreon. I must become stronger. Thank you for listening, Senpai. I will leave you with some advice I read once. Remember what Larry Page, co-founder of Google, once said: always deliver more than expected.